Smack talking raw, where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is smack talking raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom.
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm your boy Pinky, and we got our man, the champ, Ron Stradamus in the house. What's going on, baby?
Pinky, I'm turning my back to the product. It's just it's time, bro. It's time, man. I'm like sitting here trying to rationalize in my mind why I'm still a WWE fan, why I still want to go to WrestleMania, why I might want to go to Saudi Arabia, why? You know why I say that? It's because of this, because I'm starting off with a Ron's rant from the beginning. In the past, wrestling used to mean something, bro. And people say nowadays that the wins and losses don't matter. It's fake anyway. Why do you care? Blah, 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 blah. Well, damn, I got other stuff to do with my day then. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have to like play, okay, this play pretend thing that I watch really doesn't matter anyway, and I really don't have any storylines anyway, and the people are kind of going through the motions anyway, and then you bring back John Cena and he's leaving in 6 weeks anyway, and right? So my rant is this. Once upon a time, wrestling used to be talked about by water coolers, by people that weren't even professional wrestling fans. Oh my gosh, did you see what Stone Cold did? Oh my gosh, did you see what Hogan did to Andre? Oh my gosh, did you see HBK and Shawn Michaels, their rivalry? Nowadays, it's just too PG for me, bro. And I'm in a state of shock. And anybody that's watching our show today, I'm a professional wrestling fan. So let me give you my little pedigree. I started watching wrestling March, right after Hogan won, right after he won the title, March of 1984. And I was in a state of shock because I was on my way to a Dodgers baseball game at Chavez Ravine in LA. Go Dodgers forever. Go Broncos, by the way, too. We'll have that conversation in just a minute. And as I'm going through to the arena, to the game, all of a sudden, my friends' parents, they say, hey, you guys want to go grab a magazine? And I was like, yeah, I want to get a magazine. And back then, I was an Alfred E. Newman fan, also known as Mad Magazine. And I wanted to go get a Mad Magazine book. And so when I went to go get my magazine, my friend John Gaddy, he went over to the professional wrestling section, which at that point, I had no idea what it was. None, zero. And so John comes over and is like, Ronnie, come over here. Let's check this out. And I was like, all right, what's going on? He's like, who's your favorite wrestler? Sergeant Slaughter or Hulk Hogan? And like, you know, kids, they don't want to feel like they're left out. So I'm like, all right, Sergeant Slaughter. And so he starts wrestling with me. And I remember he starts grabbing on me. I'm like, stop it. Right. And later on down the line, we had a real wrestling match and I had to like make him recognize. But anyway, long story short, I've been watching this for 41 years. I've seen some great, absolute incredible things. Roddy Piper hit Jimmy Superfly Snuka upside the head with the coconut. I've seen Paul Orndorff turn on Hulk Hogan. I saw Hulk Hogan fight Andre the Giant. I've seen Stone Cold and The Rock, and I've seen the Ultimate Warrior beat Triple H, and I was in person for that, for my first WrestleMania. I've seen all of it in the last 41 years. And the thing that pisses me off right now, guys, and I'm speaking for the voice of the voiceless. This product sucks. I'm watching Monday Night Raw, and I'm flipping between Monday Night Football and Monday Night Raw. I have never done that before in my life because there was nothing that kept my attention on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And I was just really paying attention to what was going on Monday Night Raw in between commercials of what was going on Monday Night Football. That's my truth, Pinky. So that's my rant. Wrestling is losing my attention, bro, and I've had it for 41 years.
Man, that's cold, brother. That's cold. You didn't even like the Stephanie Vaquer match? That was all right with Kairi Sane?
I mean, it was good, but Stephanie hasn't been on TV in a minute, right? So it's like, as much as I know she's great and as much as I love Stephanie Vaquer, I don't have no interest in her right now. Like, let's get to the title. That's what was supposed to happen at Clash at Paris.
Yeah.
Let's be real about the product, bro. Let's be real about it. When you come here to Smack Talk and Raw, you'll see me start to wear my wrestling stuff again because I put it up. I started putting it up because I said to myself, until the product is good, I don't want to be walking out on the street with this crap on. So they say, like back in the day, they say, you watch that crap? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I was proud. I'd rip my Hulk Hogan. That's why I don't have any Hulk Hogan shirts to this day. I ripped them all up when I was 12, right? But at the end of the day, I'm on a rant today, bro. Anybody that's watching this, I'm on a freestyle rant today because I'm watching the product and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense anymore. And if it doesn't make any sense anymore, why in the hell am I? And guys, I'm not telling you to not like wrestling because at some point in time, the light switch will go on and it'll be great again. I promise you it will. But right now, we're in the worst lull I've ever seen in the history of WWE. And we've seen Vince McMahon, right? We've seen Bruce Pritchard, right? We've seen Michael Hayes, right? We've seen a lot of different people right over time, but this is the worst of what we've been experiencing. And Triple H seems to think that he's got it going on. Paul Levesque, get your act together. Okay, I'm done with my rant. Go ahead.
Oh, Ron, you do that. I don't even know where to go now. You got me all flustered.
The only thing that pisses me off more than that is the Broncos lost the game that they had won. How do you get a leverage penalty on a 60-yard field goal? How do you miss a field goal from 30 yards? Triple H writing for them too?
Triple H was writing a comedy of errors. Comedy of errors. So that was a tough one. Tough one, my friend. But it's still early, and there were still some good things that happened. So the team didn't play as a complete team on Sunday. Last week, the defense played great. The offense sucked. This week, the offense was pretty damn good. The defense sucked. They got to put it together as a unit. Well, they'll figure it out.
All right. You're always the good guy. I'm always the bad guy. I'm ready to fire the whole coaching staff and at least the special teams part of it, because anyway, let's get to talking about some professional wrestling. These people they're watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Smack Talk and Raw. My name is Ron Stradamus, and this is Pinky, and we represent Smack Talking Raw.
And we will bring you the live takes. We will definitely do that. It is Raw. Did you catch Worlds Collide this weekend, my friend?
I caught the most important part. A new individual and a belt that was put around him by his daddy.
So there was not a lot of surprises when it came to Worlds Collide, and I don't know how surprised we were with the main event, El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio. They put on another great match, really great match. I cannot stop just loving everything that Ludwig Kaiser is doing with the El Grande Americano character. Like, that may be one of my favorite things of wrestling right now, is just watching, like, what is he going to do? He's showing up kind of all over the place. Not only does he show up, but now there's two other El Grandes that kind of show up in you know, they don't have the same mask or everything. You can tell they're different, but there's still that like, who are these guys? What are they gonna do? And they're all goofy as hell. So I am digging the hell out of that. I've got to say, man, if there's anything that they're getting right, and I don't know how much Triple H has in the Worlds Collide and booking that, but all the AAA stuff this year has been money, like really entertaining. I watched it Friday night. I think Hannah made it a little bit before she was tired and ready to go to bed, but I mean, every match was just really entertaining and fun. And I thought, you know, this time the main event was good. I don't think it touched some of their other matches that they've previously had. But sometimes when you have, you know, really good matches and now you're doing a third one, it's hard to top those previous ones, right? So I thought this was great. And I loved having, like, the stipulation beforehand was, when I win the belt, you have to come out and put it around me. And Rey Mysterio coming out there and just putting that belt on him with that just that sad, depressed face, knowing that he's a proud dad, right?
Knowing he's a proud dad.
Knowing that, you know, kayfabe in that family is not dead, because they are keeping that alive and strong. Like, you still, like, the audience still thinks that they hate each other. And I love that about those two guys. Did you happen to see the Psycho Clown Pagano versus Kofi and Grayson Waller?
I haven't seen that one yet, but go ahead and break it down.
Dude, that match is really good stuff. Grayson Waller was a great. They got Xavier Woods on the outside, just being a goof. Psycho Clown and Pagano were, I mean, it was just great. And then the Wyatt Six come out and they just wreck both Psycho Clown and Pagano, just like destroy them, which we don't know why that they came out and destroyed these guys. Like, that's kind of like, why? Like, what do the Wyatt Six have to do with the AAA tag team champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. But you know what that showed? That they'll come beat ass anywhere, anytime, which is exactly what we want the Vision to do, right? I was like, this is what the Vision should do. Like, show up unannounced in somebody else's business and beat their ass with no reason why. To show that strength, show that we're taking over.
And it would be so super nice if, instead of going to AAA and picking on their tag team champions, why not build up the Bronze and get them into a match with the Wyatt Six somehow, some way, so they can get more belts underneath their bodies? You know what I mean? If you're going to have a group called the Vision and you want to be dominant, right? Like, there's no real reason right now to hate the Vision. Seth Rollins comes out to his music and everybody's still, and Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman. Oh my gosh, what's his name?
He'd be great. Bring in Braun Strowman too, and then we just got the
Bronze, right? Golly, what is his name? Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they're kind of like wallpaper. I mean, I know they keep saying that Braun Breaker is going to be the future WWE, and I agree with that. But right now, they're just wallpaper right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I see it. I'm still not behind the Braun Breaker gimmick, but in the ring, he's fantastic. So I could, that part I could see. But you know my opinions on Braun Breaker. Last thing on this Worlds Collide, and again, I've loved every one of these mashups that they've done. I just think they've been stellar. I might be in love with Lola Vice as well. I don't know.
I mean,
it doesn't take a lot for me.
The drones have been watching you late at night, bro, and there's some stuff that we can't talk about on this show, but Lola Vice is definitely on your radar, bro. I got
that. The little feud, Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana versus Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez has been fantastic.
fantastic.
The puppets, Demonito is what they're calling the Finn Balor one. Hilarious. At one point, Demonito was under the ring and just popped up. Just popped up in the middle of the match. It like it was possessed. It was a lot of fun, and that's what sometimes I just like it when things are fun, right? And you also get a good entertaining match as well. It's okay if you're a little goofy. The Mr. Iguana gimmick is a little goofy, but it's fun. Like if you hate I can't help you if you hate Mr. Iguana. Like
Yeah, Mr. Iguana is sick. He's kind of like a combination of Santino Marella and like Mick Foley together. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm like, man, $60, I could get a little Yaneska. 60, little iguana puppet. They're selling it on WWE Shop now. So it's either that or a Pentamask. One of the two. I'm just like thinking about it.
I'm thinking about getting a mask too. Getting a mask would be legit, bro.
So I really would like to get a Pentamask made and make it orange and blue.
Damn, bro. Christmas is coming around the corner, so maybe you don't get one. Maybe I get one secretly.
No, that's not how that works. I already got your present picked out.
I got yours too.
You're gonna love it.
I got yours, and you're not only gonna love it, you're gonna really love it this year because I'm starting out of the box strong. Then it's gonna go downhill from here.
So Worlds Collide, great event. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you haven't checked out the Worlds Collide from June, that was prior to Money in the Bank. That one was the best of AAA this year, but this was damn good. Before we get Wrestlepalooza, we're gonna try to run through this one quick, Ron. But I was just thinking, I'm pretty excited to get done podcasting tonight and go watch NXT Homecoming.
Yes.
NXT Homecoming is starting out with so much cool stuff of guys coming back to NXT. We got the Grayson Waller effect showing up, having Obafemi and Ricky Saints, and they're going to have some crazy stuff happen. That's going to be actually excellent. Crazy stuff happen. So I love this. I love almost everything that's going down. My man, Ethan Page, he was also on a 4-way at Worlds Collide. That was very, very good as well. I love Ethan Page. Like Ethan Page is like my guy. He's my heel guy now. I love everything he does. I love that he changed the North American title belt to a Canadian belt. Like I would probably buy that on WWE Shop because I think it's hilarious. And that he keeps saying he's the best North American champion ever. I don't know a lot about this guy, Tyler Breeze. I guess he's a former NXT guy who's been doing some behind the scenes production stuff for a while. So he's come back out for this match.
Tyler Breeze is globally overrated. A lot of times people compare Dolph Ziggler to Shawn Michaels. He's a knockoff of Dolph Ziggler. Okay. So if that gives you a little bit of like,
and I like Dolph.
But Dolph Ziggler was no Shawn Michaels, and Tyler Breeze is no Dolph Ziggler.
That is true. That's true. And then how about this? The tag team champions are facing off. We Are Not Friends facing off against the Culling and Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley. How cool is that, man?
Very, very, very cool. I think that's going to be a very strong match, and I actually think this is going to be a match that brings Alexa and Charlotte closer together because they're going to have to really work together to make themselves win this bout. But I put Alexa and Charlotte over those guys for sure.
Yeah, I just don't. I can't see them giving up the belt yet to the NXT gals, but it should be a really good match. We got DIY coming back, and we've got Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Wow, I'm just I'm really present to the fact that Trick Williams used to be Carmelo Hayes' Trick, and now Trick Williams is right, and now Carmelo Hayes is kind of he's in the background somewhere there. So what a turn of events! It's kind of like Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Triple H went on to become the head of WWE. Shawn Michaels is just a booker within NXT. So yeah, you got that dynamic, and DIY. Ever since they broke up in NXT, I just haven't been a real big fan of them. They're not the same tag team that everybody fell in love with, and that feud that they had to conclude their time in NXT was just brutal and for the ages. And it's just hard to get behind them as a team because they hated each other, man.
Well, at least they acted really well that they hated each other, right? Oh.
They still do. Look at him. Look at Johnny behind. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that one of these days, Ciampa, I'm gonna stab you, son?
Tommaso, I'm gonna get you back again. Yeah, this should be a great match tonight. I think really and truly that the team that needs this victory is Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo's been in the background. He needs to come to the foreground. DIY has had a chance to come through it, but I think if they win, it's neither here nor there.
Carmelo's starting to get a litlittle bit of a run on SmackDown. The last couple of weeks, him and The Miz, and then he's kind of been doing his own thing with The Miz trying to say, no, don't do your own thing. You tag with me. There's a little dynamic there. So I'm excited to see if Carmelo Hayes can get a push because he's really fun to watch, man. Him and I find their style similar. Him and Montez Ford, they're really fun, entertaining guys to watch.
Ooh,
and they've got it.
Of which Montez Ford is soon to be on his own, which is going to be a whole nother conversation. But next, show us the next one.
Oh, baby. Booker T. He's ready. So we've got Fatal Influence. I was going to say Damage Control. I don't know where the hell that came from. Fatal Influence against Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and stepping in for Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria. Did you hear about Tiffany?
No, I didn't.
Did you see SmackDown?
I did see SmackDown, but I was like kind of watching in and out. Tell me about it. What happened?
She did her moonsault off the top rope. She hit, and then her momentum carried her back, and she just smacked her head on the floor like hard. So I'm assuming she's got a concussion. She's not medically cleared for this match tonight.
Oh wow! I thought that was just a work. Honestly, I thought
if you rewatch it and you watch her do that, like she literally slams her head on the back of the floor. Like I was wondering if she was going to finish the match because I thought I saw it in the morning when I watched it. I was thinking I watched it live, but when you watch it, you can see it. And as soon as she hit the floor like that, I was like, oh, damn. Like she hit it hard. Like she needs to. That one, maybe to the floor is not the best idea, but I know she's known for her prettiest moonsault, so I know it's probably tough for her to make those business decisions.
Her moonsault is one of the best that I've ever seen in the professional wrestling ranks for sure. She does put that down really, really well. But this match, on paper, I would say that Rhea, Lyra, and Stephanie win this match. But JCJ, and she's just had a way with words and putting things down. I think that they find a way to win this match.
Oh man. The only person eating this pin is Lyra. Only person eating that pin is Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say I've got Stephanie pinning JC Jane to get her back a little bit for her taking that title off of her and that surprise outcome. That's kind of what I think I see happen. Or they just have Rhea dominate and just wham. So it's super exciting. I think this is great for them to put this together. I think they should do this more often.
Yeah.
With the talent, the ones that have come through NXT, have them come back, interact with characters. I kind of liked what Nia Jax earlier was interacting with Lash Legend, and kind of trying to bring her up a little bit. I'm trying to think who else has come down. Chelsea Green has been down in NXT for the last month or so.
Oh yeah, Chelsea Green, and she looks so much better down in NXT right now, like doing things, interacting with Ethan Page and everything like that. She's been great.
I don't know if people don't get fully behind her. I think she's great. I think most of the things she does is really awesome. So, but that's me. So NXT Homecoming, I'm excited to get done and watch this later tonight, and hopefully be able to chat about it a little. Hopefully there's some stuff that's pretty awesome that we can chat about next week.
Yes.
And so now we've got our Wrestlepaloza, the very first event on ESPN, Saturday, September 20th. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Ron. Something big has to happen on Wrestlepalooza. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's got to be game changing, but something big has got to happen.
Did you watch Netflix when the WWE went over there?
You mean Raw? When
Raw went over to Netflix, did you watch that?
Right. Yeah.
So this is going to be another WWE. I got you, bitch. Dave Chappelle is about to come out in WWE even better because now he's in a bigger platform with ESPN. But okay, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't know what that surprise is going to be, but I think they're going to want to make something shocking occur so more people might be interested in trying to get that ESPN, right? ESPN paid a lot of money for these PLEs. They paid $365 a year for the next 5 years. So they've got to get their money back somehow, some way, right? You don't spend Disney's without getting a return.
Right. So the only thing I can see happening inside of this match is Jay joins the Vision and turns on his brother, and they give Jimmy the beatdown of a lifetime. And now you got the Four Horsemen now, because now you got Jay, Jay, and the two Bronze and Seth.
I had not considered that. So I've been thinking more about Jay is going to try to become the tribal chief while Roman's out for a while, and be that guy. I had not considered him joining the Vision. Wow, that would change things. That would change a lot of things if Jay were to turn and be part of the Vision. That would be pretty damn cool, in my opinion. Give him something new to do, and be an ass kicker for the Vision, along with Braun. So yeah, I like that. So Jay and Jimmy, they've got to lose, right? They've got to lose this. I mean, we said that last time that Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker were going to win, and then they lost against Roman and Jay. They've got
stupid booking.
They've got to win this time, right?
Right. It's kind of like when the Nexus were fighting against John Cena and the WWE, and Wade Barrett and the Nexus were hot as a firecracker because they came and took over Monday Night Raw 1 week. And then within 3 weeks, John Cena beats them at SummerSlam and completely kills their momentum. It was like unbelievable. And that's the same thing that's happening with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. You got to give these guys some W's, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got to go with Braun and Bronson. They've got to win. I'm tired of Seth Rollins being the only part of the Vision that's winning. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me how great and awesome these guys are and not have them. Do we get Paul Heyman? Does Paul Heyman show up on Saturday? He'd been out since he got choked out by Roman.
I think Paul Heyman does show up, and I think that's how he convinces Jay to come over to the Vision, and then because like they're familiar with each other. When Jay and Paul Heyman had interactions before, he's always been trying to recruit him, and I think now would be a perfect time for him to recruit him, because then you have the possibility of Sami Zayn, once he loses the United States title, coming over and helping Jimmy, and then you have the bloodline that's split, because that's what Triple H is in love with, is the damn bloodline. And then Roman comes back, and now you have 3/4 of the bloodline together, and then they have one more bloodline member that hasn't come back, that they've been Hakamika, I don't know, another one that's hanging out there in the background. And I think that they're going to look to get everybody together so they can have some kind of War Games match coming up here soon. I can see that.
Right. And you could have Roman, Sammy, Jimmy, and you could throw Fatu in to that. You could throw you could have LA Knight as part of that to help out against the Vision, since he's feuding with the Vision. That would make sense. So yeah, interested to see what Paul Heyman does on this comeback here, but I'm expecting this opens the show. Would you agree with that?
Let's see all of that sounds like a good logical match to start the show.
And then we've got Seth Rollins and his wife Becky Lynch against CM Punk and his wife AJ Lee.
So one of the things that I'm really present to in this match is that you have a bunch of the elder generation all in one match. Like you got Becky, who's been around like 14, 15 years at this point in time. Seth, about the same. Punk's been around from the indie scenes and everything like that, 20 plus. And AJ's been gone. And the thing that makes me disturbed about this particular match is that what Triple H is really banking on is that AJ Lee and her rousing ovations she's been getting is going to be enough to carry this match. She hasn't wrestled in a while. Granted, her husband is a wrestler, so they have their own ring, and they've probably been working out and stuff like that. But it's just different being in front of a bunch of people than doing it in your basement or in the backyard or whatever, right? So I'm seeing this being mostly handled by Seth and CM Punk, and I'm a big CM Punk fan, one of the biggest ever. Love that dude. Hate Seth Rollins, especially for what he did. Told you, I hate him forever.
At least you're using his name now.
Right. It's the alcohol. But the bottom line is I'm sick of seeing CM Punk and Seth Rollins fight. Like, let's get to like some major brouhahas like he had with Drew McIntyre. Let's get this thing done and over with, right? Like they've been dragging this thing on. They've been costing each other matches. They had the first main event of Netflix. They had the 4-way match here where Becky's involved. Like they've done everything except for like get real about it and start taking each other out. Falls Count Anywhere, Hell in a Cell, a chain match, whatever. They haven't done anything to really get it, and this is not going to do it. Like Wrestlepalooza, the first time. So I'm going to say it how it is. So WrestleMania 1, if you go back and watch WrestleMania 1, if you have the courage to go back and watch WrestleMania 1, it was absolutely terrible. If you watch it all the way through without fast forwarding or anything like that, that was the worst wrestling pay-per-view the WWE has ever had, with the exception of the Wrestling Challenge, which is the second worst, in my opinion. But WrestleMania 1, it just dragged on. In the comments, if you're a couple of you are watching right now live, and we'll have a couple later on, drop in the comments who was the first match of WrestleMania 1 right now without looking.
No idea.
Right. Yeah, no idea. Stupid, right? Well, Wrestlepalooza, it's supposed to be a first big name event that's coming out here and everything like that. And it's just, there's nothing at stake, man. There's nothing that makes me want to be invested in watching this show. It's Wrestlepalooza. The name sounds like a loser because it has that at the end. Anyway, this match, what have you, I think that CM Punk and AJ have to win because right now Becky holds the belt, Seth holds the belt, and the only way to make this rivalry more interesting is to have the Punks go ahead and go over on these two. What do you think?
Well, I mean, recent history, most of the comebacks that have occurred, they've lost in their first match when they've come back. So I think there's some history here that says that AJ Lee might lose. Man, can the Vision lose? Can they lose? I mean, Becky's part of the Vision now. Like, again, that comes back to that whole, like, the Vision's got to be strong, and they've got to be badasses, and you know they need to win. They need to win.
But you can't have Punk losing all the time too. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, lost it 5 minutes later, had been losing prior to that for the most part, and he lost. You can't have him losing a bunch.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough one for me. What you're saying makes sense, but I still feel like I'm gonna take Becky and Seth, and I'll put down that you've got CM Punk and
the
AJ.
Punks. I got the Punks.
The Punks. Would you say that this match should be pretty entertaining though, with this dynamic?
With this ensemble, it should be entertaining. You know, looking at Seth and CM Punk and Becky and AJ was always entertaining. I just don't know how much gas she's going to have in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing when you have to go through a whole match. And I would expect, I mean, at the moment there's 5 matches. A sixth one could be added, maybe off of SmackDown or maybe off of NXT Homecoming tonight. Maybe there's a match added. But at the moment, we've got 5. If we only have 5, I would expect each match to get 20 minutes or close to 20 minutes or more in runtime. So there's a lot that they could do. I'm expecting this to be a really fun match. I think Becky's done some great work. Seth's always pretty damn good. Punk is good for about 15, 20 minutes. That match with Gunther, I think he put everything he had into that 30-minute match with Gunther. Because I mean, and that having a match with Gunther is tough for anybody. Like,
right.
Let's not think it's not. But he started to look really slow at the end of that match, which most of us 40-year-olds would look pretty weary after 30 minutes. So
you're talking about 40, I'm talking about 50, bro. Let's
so we'll see how AJ Lee looks. I almost feel like this is a match that's got to end with shenanigans. The Vision coming out, Paul Heyman, shenanigans occur, so then neither team has the loss, and then maybe you can start the individual feuds of AJ Lee going after the Intercontinental title, and then CM Punk coming back to go after the title with Rollins. Becky has made that Intercontinental title the best title in the women's division right now.
Yes, hands down. She's made it strong, and I think that Triple H would be really fair in his brain to be scared to take that title off of her yet. Right. And he's got to let it continue to build and find somebody they can build to like challenge her so it matters even more, because that's the workhorse title for the women.
Right. And she's been working, man. I got to give it to Becky. I think her first couple matches were a little off, but I think she's found her groove now. And not quite the same, but she's still 85% of what she was.
Yes.
Let's see where to go from here. I think there's still. All right. Well, let's talk this one. And I think you talked about it last week on what you thought was going to happen or what you thought should happen. Why don't you remind the people what you think should happen here, Ron?
Well, John's going to be gone. So, in my opinion, I think Lesnar really should go over in this match. How they get to that point, how do they get to that place or what have you? It speaks a lot to John's promo that he had on Monday night. You want some? Come and get some, right? It's like you got 6 appearances left. And the appearance was just for a promo that was okay. He needs to get his ass beat because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to, like the momentum of Brock and Cena, like Brock comes and does Cena dirty and beats him real quick or beats him decisively or what have you. Then everybody's like, oh my gosh, well, John can't just let it end like that, right? So then he has 5 appearances to try to get back at Brock. That's good booking. Or maybe everything that I come up with, it all comes back to The Rock. Because the only thing that makes sense, because another part of my rant today, and for those of you that are watching this live, and those of you that are going to be watching it later on, I want to hear what your comments are. But it's like Cena's booking for the last year sounded good in concept, but it absolutely sucked. And it has destroyed wrestling, just like his character as a heel was talking about. He is the last real world champion. And this product, he came back to just do it some harm. And they're going to have to pick themselves off the ground once John leaves, because there ain't nobody that's John Cena-esque in the lower ranks of both SmackDown and Raw right now. There's nobody. They got all guys that are getting pushed that are 37 years old and older. And so what happens is that when you're not getting a team of people pushed beneath that, that's never happened before. And if that's the way WWE is banking on, is that we can use Randy Orton, we can use Triple H, we can use Gunther. There's talk of Shawn Michaels coming back and being at WrestleMania 43. Are you kidding me? Against Logan Paul.
That ain't happening.
Anyway, they're talking about all these crazy things because now we ain't even talked about our deal with Saudi Arabia to do WrestleMania. But anyway, long story short, the best way to promote this is you got to have Brock Lesnar just destroy Cena, put him out for a month or something like that. And then Cena's got to get this big win or something. You know what I mean? Like Cena cannot beat Lesnar. If he beats Lesnar, it completely befuddles the whole thing because Brock Lesnar is a beast. So he just came back and he's going to lose his first match. That makes no sense.
So there's that would be interesting based on we aren't going to see Cena again until Crown Jewel, which is the very first part of October. So he has no SmackDown. He has no Raw. The next time we see him will be Crown Jewel. So he's got to come out and have another opponent. That opponent could be Brock again. He now Cena, after getting his ass beat, has to fight that mountain, climb up that mountain again, and really try to have that climb the mountaintop, beat Lesnar, finish the story of the Lesnar and Cena. I just think in this event, the way that this is going, this is your main event. I kind of have Lesnar beating up Cena for the 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I have Super Cena showing up and overcoming and winning this match. I just don't think they're gonna have Cena lose right now. They're gonna finish his. I think they're gonna finish his story with him winning. Now, if he wins, I think that ends the feud with Lesnar for now, which again, we don't even know why they're feuding, right? That's been my biggest issue with this whole thing is I think it makes sense. It's a big match, but I don't even know why Lesnar's here to kick his ass. He didn't say much. I mean, for SmackDown, he had a good bit with our Truth, right? Ron Cena. That was fun. Completely broke character because he ripped his pants. He couldn't help but smile and look like a goofball and do a little dance because he ripped his pants. That doesn't look like a beast, right? So at the end of the day, I'm still not sure why these guys are fighting, which goes back to the booking and the stories. And this is one match, again, you don't like, to me, you don't have to have a crazy story for Cena to face Randy Orton. You don't have to have a crazy story for him to face CM Punk. Those were, oh crap, The Rock has left us out to dry. The Rock was supposed to be a part of this whole thing. He's nowhere to be seen. He's gone. We got to pivot. These are easy things they can pivot to. That's why I think this came about. I think Cena's got to win. So I think you said you got Lesnar?
I got Lesnar.
All right. We'll see how that works out. I'm excited. Haven't seen Brock in 2 years, right? Let's see what Brock can do. I mean, he's an athletic freak, so I'm pretty sure he's still got it, right? So it doesn't take a lot to F5 someone. Oh.
Yes, it does. He makes it look easy, but good job. Next.
You got to have some shoulders, that's for sure. This match came out of nowhere. I mean, I think we thought this was going to happen, but that hadn't been confirmed. But this match came up on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes came back, and Drew McIntyre and him are going to finish their feud. What's going to happen, man? What's going down?
Cody.
You think Cody will win?
Yeah, it's not time to take the belt. It's either going to be Cody wins or it will be a disqualification of some sort.
Yeah, I think disqualification. I think disqualification is probably going to be the way to go. I don't think you want to take the belt off the champ just yet. Hopefully he's not. I think he's done filming Street Fighter, and that's why he's back. So, God, I think Cody's got to win. I want Drew to win so bad though.
Yeah,
I love what Drew's doing. I love the board at work. I love this. Like, he's kind of a dick, but everything he says is the truth.
Right.
So, like, is he really a dick, or is he just telling the truth? Like, where's that line? I'm digging Drew McIntyre a lot. I just, it's not time yet. Everybody needs the title. Like, we need to start moving this thing around every couple of months to start getting everybody a turn with it. CM Punk needs a turn. Drew needs a turn. Everybody wants Sami Zayn to have a turn for some reason.
If Kevin Owens comes back, he needs a turn. I mean, Montez Ford, once he comes up, he's going to need a turn. There's going to be a lot of different folks that need to have a turn, but we still, again, we're talking about 37-year-old and older people fighting for the title. Right.
They just don't have. I mean, the youngest guy they got right now is Siobhan Evans, but they'd have to bring him up.
They'd have to bring him up. I mean, they got Chris Jericho that's rumored to come back later on this year or at the Royal Rumble. He's 50-something. You know what I mean? He's like, there's some stuff going on that the WWE needs to take a look at. And one of those things is like, how are they generating talent? And how are they utilizing talent? Because Drew McIntyre of the last couple of years, he's the MVP of the last couple of years. He had a war with CM Punk. All of his satire was good. Everything was great about him. And he feuded with the Bloodline. I mean, he did all the things that was asked of him to do, but it resulted in a 5-minute and 43-second title match reign in WrestleMania.
Right. And that he's so good to not have a title reign. So, they need to fix that. But we'll see what happens. I do think this will be a really good match.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen a bad Drew McIntyre match myself. So.
The only thing that could happen, and here we go. So if I'm booking this, I have Randy Orton come out and cost Cody Rhodes the title so they can now start to have a real feud away from the title. So Randy Orton comes out, costs Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre gets the title, and now Cody and Randy can go be off in the distance for a while doing their thing. And then Cody Rhodes could come back and potentially be a third-time winner of the Royal Rumble in a row or something like that for the first time ever. And that would be a cool cliche moment for him to have. However, I don't want him to win the Royal Rumble again. I do want Randy Orton to screw him over because I like Cody Rhodes, but I like him better when he's chasing than when he's champ.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. I like that a lot, Ron. And I saved my favorite for last, and what could end up being a 5-star match, as they say. And I'll give you a little bit of credit. Our girl, Stephanie Vaquer.
Hold up. Mine.
Our girl.
Hold on. And I will quote, I see everything else, but I don't like the mug. I like it all. Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. We're going to do some Dusty Rhodes right now, baby.
You should do Dusty Rhodes for a whole show. You should make that happen.
Now then, baby. We're going to talk about Stephanie Vaquer right here. So,
So it sounds like she had been gone for a little while, taking English classes. That's why she's been off of network for probably the last month. And she's only made
been
a
6
couple
weeks.
appearances.
6 weeks. Yeah, a couple appearances, yes.
Right. And most of the appearances, she didn't have to do a lot of talking. Right. So hopefully that's the case. We got her. She was on Raw, which is great. She should always be on Raw. She should always have some time on Raw. And then she is now in the full vortex of Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane. She is now in that vortex. Because of that vortex, Stephanie Vaquer is going to win that title. She's going to take it. She's going to run with it. She's going to be lifted up as the next champ. And she's going to be a fighting champ because she's got some big opponents coming her way. And I think Io Sky is going to be fighting with Asuka for a little bit. And that feud doesn't need the title to go along with it. That's why I think they're going to put it on Stephanie. What are your thoughts? For all those that don't know the sign language, that's Stephanie's one for La Primera. The one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an absolutely outstanding match. At the conclusion of it, I see Stephanie standing tall. She's just so brilliant as a mat technician. Io is also brilliant as a mat technician. It's just time for Stephanie Vaquer to step up and have a very long title reign. I think that when she wins the title now, she's going to take it from not only this WrestleMania, she's going to have it at least until the next WrestleMania. She'll have it for like a year and a half, maybe even longer than that. She's going to be like the longest reigning women's champion in a long time. She's dominant as a professional wrestler. She's outstanding.
You don't think they'll get Stephanie and Rhea at WrestleMania next year and let Rhea win?
I think that the person that beats Io, will not lose to Rhea because Io's beaten Rhea every time, never lost to her. So to have Stephanie Vaquer fight and beat Io and then have her lose to Rhea wouldn't make sense to the story.
But what are they doing with stories anymore, Ron? They don't tell stories anymore. You know that.
Well, if they wouldn't have, if they didn't mention it during a show, I would have believed that. But they actually mentioned that Io has beaten Rhea, and they went back to their NXT days. So it's one of those things to where, at some point in time, Paul's got to get it right, and that's why I keep watching, and that's why I don't give up on it. Because if I thought that this was how it was going to be for like the next 10, 15 years. Dude, I'm getting closer to death than I am to life.
Oh, aren't we all? Aren't we all? So we both got Steph. I mean, I think we only have. I guess we got 2 matches we don't see eye to eye, and that's it. We are pretty much on board. Going to be an amazing match. I'm excited for Stephanie. We are going to cheer and hoot and holler and everything after this amazing match.
This could start the night, friend. This Io and Stephanie could be the lead match of the night.
Yeah, it might need to be, because it will start the night off on that positivity of Stephanie winning and being over, right? And that would be a good way to get the ball rolling.
Yes.
So, all right. So now I'm just going to look at your pretty mug as we finish up the show, Ron. And you talked about it earlier. I don't think you've been busy at work, so I try not to like text you all day because I've been bored.
Yeah, you have been bored. But just so you know, we keep this real. And I also got Snoop over here in case anybody wanted to see it. We don't love him though. First of all, thank you guys for checking in with us on Smack Talking Raw. I'm Ron Stradamus. That's Pinky. And we love having you guys here to watch. We're just talking wrestling, bros. And at the end of the day, you have a lot of opportunities to watch a lot of different shows on the internet. And I truly believe, because I watch them all too. I watch all of the different shows so I can get some insight, input, and everything like that. There ain't nobody keeping it as real as we are. And we're going to keep keeping it real. Drop some likes and comments. Say what you like. Talk to us about what you want to talk about. We're bringing stuff up that we want to talk about, but you know what? We got some great ideas from viewers that send messages to us on Facebook, send messages to us on YouTube or whatever. We're definitely interested in finding out more of what it is that you want to talk about so we can get talking about stuff that's raw, man, because this product has got to get better. And in this product needing to get better, we the people, the voice of the voiceless, we're not so voiceless when we don't show up. That $30 fee that they're charging for ESPN, you have a choice. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep subscribing. If you don't like what's going on Netflix and you're not a Netflix watcher, you can cancel that. And that'll truly 100% get people's attention because they're already talking about how much debt they're in. So if you want to get out of debt, WWE, you got to put a product on the field that people want to watch. That's why as the Bronco fans, the last 10 years, we sucked. And we watched the games anyway because we were hoping one day we would be in the position to not have a field goal penalty at the 60-yard field goal and a field goal that was missed that cost us our things. And what we want to talk to you about now before we go is whatever Pinky wants to say. And I got some words for you. Go ahead, Pinky.
All right, Ron. So WrestleMania 43 was announced, and they had to pull a special press conference because the Saudi Arabian guy announced it early with a tweet. And so they were like scrambling, and they've got to announce it. WrestleMania 43, Saudi Arabia during Ramadan season, which is over in March. So we're getting an earlier WrestleMania in 2027 than what we have the last 2 years. The internet community is up in arms. The YouTube stream of the announcement, I watched it. I can't tell you how many sold outs showed up in the comments. What are your feelings about WrestleMania going overseas?
It's kind of about time, honestly, for them to do a bigger type global event. In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, shoot, how in the hell am I going to get over to Saudi Arabia? Do I want to go to Saudi Arabia, right? The first one outside of the country, outside of North America. Wow, I want to be a part of that, right? The challenge with it is they say that Saudi Arabia is one of the most safest places in what have you, but you haven't had WrestleMania there during the time of stuff. So if you want to make a real example of something, you drop a bomb during the middle of WrestleMania and you became famous. You know what I'm saying? That Undertaker used to say, I'll make you famous. You drop a bomb on WrestleMania, I'll make you famous for sure. So my concerns is that ticket prices are going to be unhealthily just out of control. I think that the product is going to be watered down because the Saudi government is going to dictate what goes on to their programming that they're putting on TV and stuff. And
All
we're
the
already
ladies in bodysuits.
yeah, and we're struggling with that already. So what are my thoughts? I think that it's good. I think that at the end of the day, it's going to raise capital for wrestling. It's going to put wrestling on a very big platform because all eyeballs will be in Saudi Arabia for sure.
So my take on this, and I don't hate it at all. I kind of like what you said. It's time to send it overseas. The problem I have is this going to become where Vegas and Saudi get WrestleMania or any of the major events because they'll bid the most money, right? Like, we were going to go to WrestleMania in New Orleans because it was going to be in New Orleans. That's an awesome city to go to and have a fun time. We'd go watch wrestling, then we'd go down to Bourbon Street and walk around aimlessly. Pinky try not to step in the holes while he's drunk. It's a fun game. You'd have had a blast. I don't mind it, but I see this becoming this thing where I do think these events should move around. And I do think that right now TKO is just like highest bidder. Saudi paid $350 million just to get the event. That's not even the cost to host it.
Right.
That's just to get the event. So at that rate, we're never going to get a WrestleMania in London, even though they deserve it. In London, don't bid on nothing. Like, they're not going to do that. Like, you're going to come to us, and that's cool. If not, like, have fun. Like, they're not worried about it.
Right.
But I'm like, man, I want WrestleMania. I want WrestleMania at the new Broncos Stadium. That's coming in 2031.
Right.
Or SummerSlam, or those are the two big ones, right? That we could have in Broncos Stadium. That'd be awesome. But with this bidding war, Vegas has a natural reason to bid for every single one of these.
Yeah.
Because it brings
it brings the tourism in, the gambling, and everything that's associated with it. So that's a huge revenue grab right there. Huge.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get lucky and TKO will get their money back and sell. Maybe.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to get ready to wrap up. And first of all, our intro music and outro music are the best in the business. There's some that they go for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever the case may be. That's ridiculous. Cool music, nice car that you have when you're driving or whatever, but I don't get it. You listen to our intro and outro, it's the coolest thing ever. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
Suck it.
Suck it. See you next week, guys.
Have a good one. Enjoy Wrestlepalooza. Hopefully it's great for all of us.
Yeah. Smack talking raw. Ron and Pinky in the house. We the main event, yo, the crowd gon' scream. Cena hit the ring, you can see me theme. See a punk pipe